in Negative Girl, we follow Martin Wade, who is a rock star turned PI, and his assistant Valerie, who's kind of a tattooed hipster, former boxer. He's the brains, she's the brawn, as they solve the death of Martin's former bandmate's daughter. They show back up on the scene. So a lot of looking back at the past and seeing what you can and can't run from. Martin is, for starters, he doesn't want to take the case, as always. He's much more sort of intellectual about it. He will make the phone calls, but Valerie is the one who will pick a lock. She's the one that'll dig through a garbage can. She sort of goes a little behind the scenes. She's not as law-abiding, and that's because she's the assistant. She doesn't have a license to defend. So he definitely does things like the hard and fast traditional way. It's a nice balance of the amateur sleuth and the professional. It's funny because when I wrote Martin, even in the earliest, I always sort of heard his voice as Jay Carnes, who played Dutch on The Shield. He was in Sons of Anarchy, and he has a very, very lovely way of speaking. He's a friend of mine, so I always kind of pictured and heard Martin like that, and then Valerie's dialogue kind of came out. I don't want to say as mine, but she was a little easier because she's a young woman. She's in her early 30s. So I sort of understood exactly how her words would sound, and I could hear exactly how his sounded. And that's notable because Jay is actually reading for Martin in the audiobook. So I read for Valerie and he reads for Martin, and he is amazing. He's incredible. He's like, when I first heard it, to actually hear your character like come alive like that, exactly as you imagine they would sound, exactly as you wrote them to sound, it's astonishing. It was affirming. I started to cry. I'm not gonna lie, I got all choked up.